Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central. We're coming up to the Overwatch League, and I know whilst most of you might not be interested in watching every single game, many of you watching probably still tune in a bit here and there, and already actually there's been a community event going on, the Community Countdown, and there's also stuff related to the Overwatch League merch. Let's start with that actually, as basically the merch partner for the Overwatch League was recently switched over from Into the AM to Fanatics. Now Fanatics do make a lot of jerseys for a lot of major sports leagues actually, so you'd think that that's kind of like an upgrade, but so far it's not been too good. Here's the Fran posting a picture of his jersey that he's got on stage that he will be wearing in the Overwatch League, and some of them wanted to buy that jersey and went on the Fnatic store, bought it, and then received this terrible looking jersey. And it might have just been a print error for this one, but there are a lot of problems with some of the other shirts. Here's one for the Chengdu Hunters Yang Xiaolong. Sorry, I probably messed up the pronunciation of that name, but look at this. The name doesn't even fit on the jersey. It actually cuts off at the end, as you can see here. And you think maybe that's just, a long name and a printer making them have a bad start or look bad for now. But again, the LA Gladiators design came out, the new one for this season, and they changed the logo a little bit on their home purple shirt. You got the outline versus the full logo here. And people were a bit surprised that it used the outline on the new merch still, which is pretty much the old jersey design. And some people asked about it, what happened with the better, cooler design? And Fanatics answered on Twitter and said, unfortunately, the vendor makes decisions on what items are produced per the contract details. We apologize for the issues. And there's been some other worries about Fanatics with the jersey quality and just jerseys in general just not looking as good. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but it seems to be some sort of communication error between Fanatics and the Overwatch League. Either way, I would wait with buying Overwatch League jerseys. Don't buy them just yet, because there definitely seems to be some problems to iron out before they should ship all of these products. Next up though, speaking about the Overwatch League and the Overwatch League Community Countdown. It kicked off just yesterday. It's basically an event leading up to the Overwatch League instead of preseason kinda. And it was gonna start off here with some kind of public scrims. And those public scrims quickly turned into a bit of a playground of just silly team compositions and many teams not really taking it very seriously. Some of the games were alright, but there were quite a few moments where I just started watching and saw like a 6 DPS type of composition being run and just other nonsensical compositions with players clearly not trying their hardest. Now, this might be partially due to teams not wanting to show how they play the maps, what compositions they will run, or show any surprise changes within their team there. So obviously you're not going to get the highest quality games, but this was the Overwatch League's decision to set up this instead of kind of preseason, this community countdown thing. And they are the ones that should have planned ahead here and clearly talked more to the teams leading up to it, because many people were upset on Twitter, as you can see here, just a few different tweets from people. And one of those people was actually Nate Nancer, the commissioner of the Overwatch League, and he has been taking good initiative overall with a lot of the things around the tier 1 scene, but comparing the OWL to other sports leagues just doesn't work in certain areas. And I say that because Nate Nancer tweeted, "Oh, and the traditional sports players don't care about preseason either" argument. Sure, except in preseason MLB the center field doesn't play catcher, and in the preseason NFL the punter doesn't swap into left tackle. It's about quality reps in your position on the field of play. I sort of see what he's trying to say here, but this tweet was just pretty unnecessary. Esports is very different from traditional sports in many ways, and I'm sure Nate knows this. Metas exist in multiplayer games, balance changing a lot over time, and teams being able to play in so many different ways is not something that you have to deal with as much, at least in say the MLB, NFL, or the Premier League. If players here don't want to show their standard compositions and how they play certain maps, that's something that is way more specific in terms of competitive details compared to traditional sports. Personally, I really dislike the obsession that some people seem to have with trying to get the Overwatch League to be as similar to mainstream traditional sports leagues as possible, and whilst I get what Nate is saying, this doesn't fully apply here, and I'm surprised he tweeted this out, honestly. To be clear though, I do agree that the players could have shown better sportsmanship and given the fans something more entertaining by trying at least a bit harder to put on a proper show, but maybe mixing players up between teams would have been more enjoyable so players can play seriously individually without revealing any team's practice or strats. Whatever the best solution would have been, this public scrims idea was clearly not it. And maybe they didn't mix players up because they thought that would be too similar to an All-Stars game. Maybe just a small prize pool for the teams would have changed this enough. Just something to play for at least, but I'm not sure if that's the fix either. I'm no expert. Nate Nancer did apologize though, and acknowledged that just the whole thing was kind of poorly handled, or well, at least they didn't get the results they wanted, of course. But he also announced that the remaining games for that day, so yesterday, were going to be played as Mystery Heroes games instead. And on top of that, the entirety of today, February 10th, those games will be played as Mystery Mystery Heroes as well, and these 9th and 10th of February dates were the 2 dates where the Overwatch League teams would scrimmage one another on the stage. That was kind of the whole idea. So pretty disappointing for everyone involved. A bit of a shame to see Overwatch League have these sort of issues starting up like this, because they've had some other good news lately. And in general, I think Season 2 is something that a lot of people have been looking forward to. They can fix a lot of things from Season 1. You've got Coca-Cola coming in, which is a huge brand to have as a sponsor for the Overwatch League. And a lot of other good news about all of the expansion teams and everything that comes with that. So it's kind of a shame to have this awful start to it all, but I'm still remaining fairly positive. I just wanted to start so we can enjoy some Overwatch esports. Hopefully have people feel a bit more excited about comp again, then the next hero coming out in March and all of that stuff to happen. Until then though, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, that's all for now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.